Kid Craddock in the morning.
The Showbiz Top 5.
Hey, this is Kelly Raspberry, and this is your Showbiz Top 5 for Monday, July 28th. Kathy Griffin is going to be going through the want ads, checking for assistants for hire because Jessica has walked out. She's been part of My Life on the D-List and Kathy's assistant for many years, but reportedly she just couldn't take it anymore. Apparently, Kathy Griffin's a little bit demanding and difficult to work for. Now, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt reportedly have asked Bono to be the godfather for their twins, and he accepted. Apparently these couples, Bono and his wife, Angelina and Brad, have been friends for years. Brad being a big fan of U2, and Angelina, of course, admiring his humanitarian work. They spent the week after checking out of the hospital at Bono's place in the south of France. Lindsay Lohan was run down by a motorcycle after leaving a club in New York City. Or maybe it was a bicycle, or maybe it didn't happen at all. Depends on who you're talking to. But the original story was that Lindsay and I think you're supposed to call them I don't know what you're calling them. Her and Samantha Ronson. They were leaving this club when Lindsay was hit by this motorcycle or bicycle. Her driver threw her in the car, rushed her to the emergency room where she was treated and released at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, Lindsay's publicist is saying it didn't happen. I talked to Lindsay personally. She said she was never hit by anyone. Lindsay's dad is saying the exact opposite, that it did happen, but that his daughter is fine. So I don't know why there's a big cover-up on this anyway. More details are coming out about what happened between Christian Bale and his mom and sister a little over a week ago in London, right before the Batman premiere there. Now, what we hear is that Christian's sister asked for $200,000 to help raise her children. Apparently, this led to a little heated argument, and Mom and Sis said something nasty about Christian's wife. And while Christian was defending his woman's honor, there was this alleged assault. Now, you have to keep in mind, in England, assault doesn't necessarily have to be a physical thing. It can also be a verbal thing. So I don't know. I guess more details will come out soon on that. But according to Christian's former assistant, who worked for him for about a decade, this thing has been brewing for a long time. Looks like it finally reached a boiling point. Now, we hear of another young celebrity getting into a drunk driving accident, at least suspicion of it. Shia LaBeouf, 22 years old. He was arrested on suspicion of DUI after an accident really early yesterday morning. About 3 o'clock in the morning, he was driving his Ford F-150, trying to make a left-hand turn at an intersection, but mistimed it. And another car, and he, collided. His truck went flipping over. Now, Shia was injured like in the knee, his head, and he really messed up his hand. He has to have, or he already had, major hand surgery. It's going to keep him off the set of Transformers 2 for about a month while he recuperates. The girl in the car with him suffered a minor head injury. She's going to be okay. And the driver of the other car also is going to be okay, even though he did suffer some minor injuries. Again, this was on suspicion of DUI. There was no breathalyzer administered at the scene, we hear, but they probably took care of that business at the hospital, either, probably right before his hand surgery. So more details to come on that one, too. And that's your Showbiz Top 5 for Monday.